Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you can see, we are preparing slow cooker freezer meals, 3 different recipes that y'all can enjoy throughout the week. If you don't have time to always whip up a dinner throughout the week and you want something quick and easy to slow cook throughout the day, then you're definitely gonna wanna stay tuned for these recipes. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. The first recipe that we are going to go ahead and prep for a slow cooker, we are making some Crockpot pepper steak. So these are all the ingredients that you're gonna want. Right here I have some beef eye round steak. You could buy like pre-sliced if you would like, but I went ahead and just bought it whole, and then we'll go ahead and slice it up. We have 1 small red bell pepper diced, 1 green bell pepper diced, 1 small onion diced. And then for our thickener, instead of going in with some like flour, we're gonna go ahead and coat the steak in some cornstarch. So I have some cornstarch right here. I will list all the ingredients and the measurements in the description below for y'all. Then you're going to want about 1 to 2 tablespoons of garlic, depending on how much you like. We have some salt and pepper, another seasoning that we're gonna go in with, your choice of any steak seasoning. We have some chicken beef bouillon right here. And then you're gonna want 14.5 ounces of Italian style diced tomatoes. And then we have any steak sauce that you prefer. I'm just going in with some classic A1 and a little Worcestershire sauce. So let's go ahead and get started. And of course, you're going to want to go ahead and get a gallon freezer bag. You wanna make sure they're freezer so they stay nice and they don't get like frostbite on them in the freezer when you have them in there for throughout the week. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep my steak. Now, these recipes are really all about prepping. You just gotta dice everything, prep your meat, and then after that, you literally just gotta throw it into the bag, and then it's ready for throughout the week. So I would just take the time. Maybe you have a day throughout the week that you have some free time with. If you wanna make a couple freezer meals and you have time to prep everything, it'll come in handy. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start slicing up my steak. I go ahead and just slice it into thins just like this, and then we'll go ahead and add it to our gallon bag. After you have sliced your steak, now this is where you're going to go ahead and pull out your freezer gallon bag. And we're gonna set this up because we're gonna start adding everything to our bag. So we're gonna go ahead and add in our steak to the bottom. All right, just like that. Go ahead and give it a good spread. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our gallon bag. We're gonna set it right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and start adding everything in. So you're gonna take it and add in 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And this is gonna help thicken that sauce when you add it to the crock pot during the week. You wanna go ahead and just toss your meat in it. All right, doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just gonna give it a good toss. Make sure it just gets in there so it doesn't freeze like into a lump. All right, now you're gonna take 1 tablespoon of any steak sauce. I'm going in with A1 sauce. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and add our seasoning. So a little salt to taste. Some black pepper. Minced garlic. Your choice of steak seasoning. This one is by H-E-B. It's their Texas original steak. And then you could add as much as you like, but I'll go ahead and put the measurements in the description below, like I said. And you're gonna go in with about a tablespoon of some beef bouillon. This just gives it that beefy flavor. All right, and I like to just toss all my seasonings together just like the cornstarch. All right, once you have that tossed together, now we're gonna go ahead and add in all the peppers. So we have the 1 diced onion, 1 red bell pepper, and 1 green bell pepper. You see how all of this goes super fast once you just have everything prepped? Last ingredient we're adding in is our Italian diced tomatoes. You wanna add it in with the juice, so when you go and slow cook this during the week, your steak still stays nice and juicy. All right, and that is all the ingredients going in for this gallon recipe. So all I like to do is, I'm gonna go ahead and flatten it out. You wanna take out all the air as you slowly zip it up. Give it a little smush down because you wanna lay it flat. It's easier to save room in your freezer if you do lay it flat. So as you smush it down, we're just gonna go ahead and slowly close it. And it smells so good. It's not even cooked yet and it smells delicious, you guys. Get all that air out. All right, look at that. Now we're gonna go ahead and label it. So to label it, all I do is take a permanent marker and we're gonna put the date. So today's date is March 4th. So I'm gonna write 3/4, and then you can just label it because sometimes, you know, when it does freeze, it doesn't really look like what you put in the bag sometimes. So make sure you just label it with the name so you know what it is. So I went ahead and just labeled it pepper steak with 3/4 for March 4th. So you know what date you froze it. And then when you are ready to cook this pepper steak in your slow cooker, the best results, you want to go ahead and thaw it the night before, and then you can slow cook it in your crock pot on low for 8 hours. This is best served with white rice if you are doing more of a lower calorie version. But if you are doing strictly keto, you guys, you could also pour this over some cauliflower rice, and it's absolutely delicious. So you can do it either or, it's up to you. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, next recipe that we are going to prepare, we are making some slow cooker sweet and sour meatballs. So of course, you're going to want some frozen meatballs, any brand of your choice. I just get the regular flavored for this recipe. Then you're gonna want some sweet and sour sauce. This is going to be our main ingredient to give it that sweet and sour flavor. I personally chose this brand. It's by 3 Dragons. I go with the lowest in sugar and the lowest in carbs. This was the absolute lowest in my store, but it's up to you and what you want to go in with. Then you're gonna want some pineapple chunks. So I went ahead and grabbed these canned pineapple tidbits is what it's called, but it's basically pineapple chunks. And then you're gonna want 1 small onion diced, 1 red bell pepper diced, and 1 green bell pepper diced as well. All right, so this is like the same concept, of course. So you're gonna take your gallon bag. Good thing is you don't have to prepare any meatballs or any meat for this one. You can just dump in the frozen meatballs into your gallon bag, just like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and top this off with the peppers. We're gonna go in with one of our red bell pepper. We have our diced green bell pepper. Oh, I lost a couple bell peppers. Our diced onion. After you have your peppers in there, next ingredient we are adding in our diced pineapples. You're going to go in with 1 cup, and you don't need to add the juice. I went ahead and drained the juice because a lot of the juiciness is going to come from the sweet and sour sauce. But if you would like to add in a little bit, you can go ahead and do so. Then last and the best ingredient, you're going to add in 1 bottle of your sweet and sour sauce. I like to just give this a little bit of a good mix just to make sure that sauce gets nice and coated in there. But when you dump it out, it'll be good. You're gonna go ahead and flatten everything out. And same step, you wanna go ahead and take the air out and seal it. This one is gonna be delicious. I love me some sweet and sour sauce. And then you add in the pineapple for that sweetness. Woo, it's so good. All right, and here is our second crock pot recipe. We're gonna go ahead and label it. All right, this one is our sweet and sour meatballs. I'm gonna go ahead and put my date. Sweet and sour meatballs. Just like that. And for this recipe, you're gonna go ahead and place in the freezer, and then when you wanna slow cook it, you wanna take it out the day before, let it thaw, and then you're gonna cook in your slow cooker on low for 4 hours. You can also serve this one over white rice. I think it goes best with that. You could add a side of veggie, or you can do cauliflower rice. It's totally up to you. Let me know down in the comments below what y'all would make this with. Let's go ahead and move on to the next recipe. All right, so our last and final crock pot recipe that we are going to prepare for the freezer this week, we are making some Southwest chicken chili. So these are the ingredients that you're gonna want. Super simple, you guys. All these recipes are very minimal ingredients. You're gonna want some chicken breasts. I personally like to get the thin slice. They're already sliced for you. You can just toss them in the bag. But if you want to get some regular chicken breasts, I recommend just to slice them up a little bit. You could also dice it, depending on what you want to make this recipe for, because it can be very versatile with this one. Then you're gonna want some medium chunky salsa of your choice. We got a packet of taco seasoning. I go in with the lesser sodium. a packet of some ranch seasoning, and then we're gonna want a couple canned vegetables. We have 2 cans of some petite diced tomatoes. We got 2 cans of some black beans. You're gonna wanna go ahead and rinse these. And then we got 1 can of just some golden corn. So let's go ahead and prepare this freezer recipe. All right, I have everything prepped over here. I went ahead and rinsed and drained my 2 cans of black beans. You don't wanna drain your corn because we are gonna use the juice. But now we're gonna go ahead and take our gallon bag. We're gonna add in the chicken to the bottom. You always just wanna add your meat to the bottom. All right, just like that. Next, we're gonna go ahead and start adding in our veggies. So we're gonna take our 2 cans of black beans, drained and rinsed. Our 2 cans of diced petite tomatoes. I was gonna say potatoes. Tomatoes. Add those right on top. Then you're gonna go ahead and take your can of corn, not drained. This is gonna help the chicken stay nice and juicy when you do put it into the slow cooker. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and add in our seasoning. So we're gonna add in our 1 packet of ranch seasoning. Get that all over. Our 1 packet of taco seasoning. And you could add a little salt to taste. I would probably add a little bit of salt once you cook this recipe so you don't over salt it like with the taco seasoning and stuff. Last and final, you're gonna add in your medium chunky salsa. If you like it spicy, you can also add in a spicy chunky salsa. It just depends in what you want. All right, once we have all those ingredients, you're gonna go ahead and close it. This one's a little bit like juicier, so I kind of just lay it standing up. And I'll just go ahead and take out all the air. All right, we're gonna go ahead and label. Once it's sealed, we're gonna put the date. This one is a Southwest chicken chili. Chicken chili. Got it labeled. And this recipe, I feel like, is very versatile. You can make a lot of recipes with just this 1 bag. So if you would like, you can just pour it in there. You can go ahead and dice up your chicken. You can serve this over white rice. You can make you kind of like a Chipotle bowl version. So you can top this off with cheese and like lettuce and any other toppings you would like some sour cream. So you can make like a little hefty bowl, even replace it with cauliflower rice. Or you can honestly pre-dice the chicken and you can have yourself a burrito. You can go ahead and stuff these ingredients into a low-carb tortilla. You could prep some burritos for you and your family, add some cheese in there, some sour cream, some lettuce. Or you can also shred this chicken. That's another option. So there's many different versions of dinners that you can go ahead and prepare with this. Let me know down in the comments what y'all come up with recipe-wise preparing this. Let me know what y'all like to top it off with and what you're gonna pour it over with. I would definitely love to hear all y'all's different versions of making some dinners with this 1 freezer bag. And how you wanna cook this recipe, you wanna go ahead and thaw it in the fridge the night before. Then add it to your slow cooker on low for about 4 to 5 hours until your chicken is cooked through. But here is all 3 of our Crockpot slow cooker freezer meals. I really hope y'all enjoy these, and this just gives you some easy dinner ideas for throughout the week. I know a lot of y'all probably are busy sometimes. Y'all have a full work schedule, and not all the time can you just come up with the dinner right off the bat, or sometimes you just don't have time. So hopefully this gives you different ideas. And if you would like to see more recipe videos like this, comment down below and I would love to do that for y'all and give y'all different recipe ideas. But I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and y'all stay tuned if y'all would like to see me prepare these meals throughout the week. I would definitely be preparing them for y'all. So y'all subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all on the next one.